So you know that to-do lists are important for your productivity and that you should do them.
This video is brought to you by OppiPies Academy.
But sometimes doing it incorrectly defeats all the purpose of having a to-do list. So in this video, I'm going to show you a wrong way to do a to-do list, and then we're going to look at the same to-do list and we're going to have a correct way to do a to-do list so you know how yours should look like. And even before I show you a wrong to-do list, I want to show you two common errors that come up. The first one is just putting big daunting items that never come off your to-do list on your to-do list. And not only do they never come off, they also kind of prevent you from starting. They cause procrastination because they're big and daunting and you feel like, oh my God, I need a huge block of hours just to get started with this. So it prevents you from starting. The other kind of error is having no detail. And so when you start to do that task, either you're not sure where to start, you feel lost, or you actually forget what the details were. So let me show you how these two actually show up in a common to-do list. So here we have a to-do list, maybe for an afternoon or for a day. They're broad items. Do errands. Okay. Work on your business. Okay. Make a world a better place. Okay. What does that even mean? Pick up the kids. Okay. Got that. Dinner. That's pretty easy. Put the kids to bed. Some of these are pretty easy. They're single tasks, but some of them are like, this would take a lifetime to do. Work on your business. This can take also a lifetime or a day or a month or who knows, or a year. It's vague. We don't know what this really means. These are still good reminders. Oh, I got to do this. But it's not really enough. Now, let me show you how to correct this. Here is the way to take the same to-do list and change it so that it's helpful. First of all, this thing, the errands, we're going to break it up. First, go get a haircut, then do grocery shopping. Now, you'll notice in the grocery shopping, there's a secondary to-do list. You have an option. If it's convenient for you, and if it doesn't bloat your current to-do list, you can just list the things you need to get right in here. You see, as a secondary thing, so that in the store, you go boom, 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 boom. You know exactly what to get, and you don't have this moment where I don't know what I'm forgetting. So you'll go into the store, you'll get what you need, and you'll get out of the store way faster. And guess what? You won't have to come back to the store because you're not going to forget anything. Because sometimes sometimes we leave the store and they're like, oh, we forgot to get something. And then that causes us to have another trip to the store. Sometimes that day, but sometimes in only a day or two later, where if we got everything, we could have waited a week. So that's that item. Now, what about work on your business? Now, when you sit down to work on your business, it's really overwhelming. There's so many things to do. So you want to also break that down into small tasks. For example, the first task can be contact freelancers about web design. Okay, that's a simple thing. You don't have to work on the web design. This is just the first step of the web design process. Contacting freelancers. Okay, study SEO. Okay, that's a pretty simple task. Call a lawyer. Okay, just a simple phone call. You do that, you cross that off your list. Write a blog post. You do that, you cross that off your list. Then other things like dinner, put kids to bed, that you can just do. They are okay. Like those are things you need to do. Now this other one, make the world a better place, you wouldn't have that in your to-do list because you'd have to restructure the project into smaller tasks. But first, what is the actual project? How are you making it? Are you making people happier? Are you opening a non-profit? Are you starting a recycling plant, saving the environment? I think this just needs to get hashed out. So you don't want to have things like that. You want to understand what the actual set of tasks will be first. And regarding these lists, you can take them out and make separate lists, right? You can have secondary to-do lists. That's totally fine. As soon as you see that your current to-do list is getting a little bit bulky and confusing, then you want to take this and just make it into a separate to-do list and work from that to-do list. Like your business to-do list is separate than your shopping to-do list and household to-do list. That's totally fine and it's more organized. You don't have to do it that way if this is manageable, but if it becomes unmanageable, then you start having separate to-do lists. And that's how you do the to-do lists correctly. So when you do sit down at your work, for example, you're not confused, you don't forget any tasks, and you go one by one, boom, boom, boom. And at the end of the workday, you're not going to have the situation where you feel, I didn't get much done. First, you'll know exactly what you got done. And second, you will actually be getting done more because you're not going to be thinking, what did I forget? What was the order? What was important? You're not going to have any of that confusion, and you'll dive right into the tasks, which is the first part of productivity, stopping the time wasting and stopping the procrastinations. So you will do more